Welcome everybody to the United Drivers League Season 3 Monaco GP here in the F1 Series. I am your host today, Pecan36, the current league owner and former Indy 500 winner. This will be my first time ever commentating a race for the UDL F1 Series. We had some difficulties with our commentators as our normal commentators, Ix and Jonathan, both have family emergencies that they have to attend to. So we had to pull a last resort because our other commentators that can fill in, Sebelpai and Ray and Racer X, are not here today to be with us. So I have pulled into the commentating chair to bring you guys one of the most prestigious, historic races in all of Formula One. That is the Monaco GP, and we are so excited to be here. I wish I was doing this race today, but unfortunately I'm going to have to be commentating. I haven't commentated a UDL race since the F2 series, which, funny enough, the last one that I did was actually the UDL F2 Monaco race. So I am back for Monaco here. To give you guys a bit of a recap going into this race, right now Dreamzy is your points leader with 89 points. And Snipperpig, the guy who won at the Dutch Grand Prix at Zandvoort, is only behind him by 5 points. He has never won a Monaco GP. Now, he has won a Indy 500 race, and if he wins this race, that will be a part number 2 of trying to go after the Triple Crown. He would have to win Le Mans number 1 overall if he wants to get on to the Triple Crown. But first we need to see how here. On the time trial sheets, he was a half a second faster than everybody in the league. So that is going to be something to watch for. He's one of the best qualifiers in this league. So he's going to have to get onto that front row. Honos is currently in third with 75 points, and it's a big difference between him and Honos with a 30-point gap. Right now in the constructors, AlphaTauri is currently in the lead by 17 points with 129 points, with the Alfa Romeo right there with 112 points. Let's get the data up there for you guys as we are going to follow around here for many drivers who are going to be doing their first few laps here in qualifying. I believe that is Dreamzy, who is going to be the first one to start a lap here. So we will ride around with Dreamzy here going into turn 1. Going up the hill. This is our points leader of the current Season 3 standings for F1. Dreamzy has made quite a name for himself in this league. He's now got, I believe, his 7th ever win not too long ago at the Chinese Grand Prix. To kind of give you guys some history of what has happened at the Monaco GP for the UDL, it was Greco Draybird who won the first ever Monaco GP, followed by Snipperpig and Both-Nose in third. And then in Season 2, it was Sinister Owl who won the race with Breezy in second and Dreamzy in third. And Sinister Owl won that race by 0.43 seconds. Let's see how Dreamzy does right here on his lap. He gets a 1:09. Breezy's lap is invalidated. We have a Haas behind him. That's I Got a Big Rig, who just pulled in a 1:10.89. Hurricane goes up to the top of the leaderboard, and he gets overtaken by Snipperpig with already a 109.4. So just like I was saying, that was going to be something to watch for. He has blistering qualifying pace, but that is an unreal time, and that's going to be a tough time for anybody to match. See how Dilsack here does? He pulls a 112.5. I believe that is Bryce coming around for his first lap as he has just gotten started. Dilgap, his lap was invalidated. We see a Red Bull of Speed King. He pulls all the way up currently to P4 with a 110.4. So already, let's see if we're going to go around here with Breezy here. He is the leader of this train, gets a little bit loose coming out of that turn. Breezy is another driver in our series. He's had a tough break. Ooh, and he gets a lap invalidation as he's going to pull into the pits. Many drivers are going to be pulling into the pits, as I believe Big Rig will be pulling into the pits. I believe Dreamzy is now in the pits. Hurricane pulls into the pits, and I have to assume that Snipper Pig is going to pull into... No, he does not. He goes out for another lap. Going to try and put on another flyer, possibly. That is Karab right there that has gone into the pits. New driver, Abstract Theory, making his UDL debut today, driving my car in the Haas seat. See how Snipper Pig does here. We see other drivers. Dilgap is coming around to finish his lap. Let's see what he can do. Dilgap sets an impressive 109.2. Very impressive time from Dilgap here. He has been impressing everybody with his pace ever since he got brought in at the Bahrain GP. So he's been very impressive so far in this series. He got his first ever podium last week at the Dutch GP. We're going to go back up to Snipper Pig and see how he does here. Everybody, as we know, Snipper Pig holds the most career wins out of anybody in the UDL. He has 12 career wins. The Monaco GP is not one of them, but he puts his car back on pole with a 109.2. Great time from the AlphaTauri driver. Honos is coming around here to start his lap. He still does not have a time on the board. But Snipper Pig is trying to go after his 18th career pole. If he gets pulled today, that would be his 18th career pole. Goes up the hill. Try and find... Honos has, I believe, won a race this year. I want to make sure that that's right before I say something that's not correct. But we're going to go back to these other drivers. I believe that's a Mercedes that's about to start his lap. Yes, that is a Mercedes about to start his lap. Snipper Pig is in the pits. Dreamzy has just started his lap. Gonna go and find out. That's a McLaren. We're going to go back to Honos here as he will be finishing up his lap. He still does not have a time on the board. Oh, and he pulls in. So Honos will not complete a lap. Breezy still needs to get a lap on the board. His reserve teammate today is Bryce. He still does not have a lap. Breezy is one of the fastest qualifiers in the league. Last year in Season 2, he set it on pole. He was suspended for the first race at Monaco, but he did have a chance to win last year's race. See if I can find that thing that Subopie does for all of us. Gonna go see which driver that is. I believe, yes, that is Dreamzy coming around. Right now, he's currently sitting in P4 with a 1.10.3. See if he can improve on his time. He does improve on his time by 4/10. We're gonna go back to Dilsack. No, that's Bossman coming around, but his time is invalidated. Bryce will be the next one coming down, but no, his lap is currently invalidated. So we're going to go back up to Karab, and it says his lap is invalidated. So the strict corner cutting, already getting a bunch of drivers out. Hurricane is going to go into the pits. Let's see how Breezy does. His lap is currently invalidated. He still does not have a time on the board, so he's going to have to get a lap in soon, or he is not going... It's not going to be a fun time for him. Also, another thing, Bird killed the Birdman for the Red Bull team. Oh, and Dilsack does improve. He gets up to P6, so he improves on his 112 with a 110.4. So Birdman does improve. That's a Red Bull that just crossed the line. That's Speed King with a 109.8. So Speed King is on the board. Dreamsy's coming around. His lap is invalidated. Going to go down to Bossman now. His lap is not invalidated. Takes a very long turn. Going down the DRS straight. Here comes Bossman in the number 81 Mercedes car. He pulls a 111.8. Snipper Pig currently out there on an outlap. Karab, I believe, is behind him. He is up on his time, 0.2 out of Sector 2. See how well he can do here. He's definitely up on his time. Let's see what Karab can do. He does improve on his time. He gets himself a 110.1, and he improves his time to get himself all the way up to P5. Dilsack comes around. He will go into the pits. I imagine that is Honos behind him. Yes, that is Honos behind him. Speed King will go into the pits. That is Big Rig behind him. What does Honos do? Oh wait, it's his out lap, so I'm sorry about that. And he invalidates it at turn 1, so this lap will not count for Honos at all. I see a Ferrari who is about to start his lap. That is Dilligap, who is currently sitting in P2. So Dilligap currently in P2. Drew Yu in the Williams car currently going to get his lap started. Bossman coming around. He will go into the pits. We're going to go up to Snipper Pig though. He's up on his time, 0.1. Trying to improve and make that gap bigger from Dilligap, who seems to be challenging him on the quali time. Let's see how he does. He does improve and gets himself to a 109.0. Can Snipper Pig break into the 108s is going to be a big question today in qualifying to see if he can break into those 108s. I believe that's Hurricane coming around. He is going to get a lap started. That is Honos, who I believe he did have a lap, so he's going to try and get it going here. That is Big Rig coming around. He is on a lap, but he is down on his time. He is about a 10th down on his time. My teammate Big Rig doing all right so far this season. Cuts that corner massively, but I imagine that he's going into the pits on that lap, so he's not losing a whole lot. Drew Yu currently up on his time. He's currently 0.4 up on his time. Let's see how he does. He does improve, and he gets himself in front of Big Rig for the moment. Dreamsy is going to get started on his lap. He's starting an out lap here, as I believe that's Breezy behind him. Yes, that is Breezy behind him. No, Breezy's going down the hill. So that is Bryce, who is going to put on his first lap. See how Bryce does. He sets a 112.5. Good for currently last place. Snipper Peg, no, he was way down on his time. Don't know if he's going to be, I think he is doing another run on that set. How does Hurricane do? He's up 0.3. He gets himself up to P3 with a 109.4. That is Honos coming around. How does Honos do? Honos sets a 110.0. Honos sets a 110.0. Breezy is now coming around to get started on his lap. As I see a Williams car of Drew Yu. Let's see if he pulls into the pits or not on the map. He does pull into the pits. I believe this is the newcomer Abstract 3 coming around to start his... No, he is about to set his first time. Going to make his UDL debut today, and he sets a 110.0. Good time from the new driver of Abstract Theory. Snipper Pig is coming around the final few corners. He is down on his time. I wonder if he pulls into the pits, and he does. Go back to Breezy here. No, he is invalidated. Breezy is going to have to get something done. He's having trouble with the... Yeah, he just says, screw it. I need to get back into the pits now, is the mindset of Breezy. Honos, I imagine, is going into the pits. We have a yellow flag. Don't know if Breezy hit the wall there. Bossman currently on an out lap. We have about 4 cars out there on the track. I believe that's Bryce. No, that is Breezy. He is going to get a lap. And we have a collision with Dilligaff, it looks like, in Abstract Theory, I believe. So I don't know what happened there. But Breezy again invalidates his lap. So Breezy is now going to have to get into the pits. He's going to have to go because he's not going to be able to get a lap on the board. That is not a spot you want to be in, is starting from the back. Right now, the only 2 drivers that can set a lap are Bossman, and as we all know, Breezy invalidated his lap. Big Rig and Karab are on out laps. Karab right now is going through the swimming pool area. But so far, to give you a rundown, while we kind of do have a lull in the action here in qualifying, Dreamsy was able to pull out the first win of the year at the... Oh, and Bossman goes into the wall hard! He goes straight into the wall hard. That's going to be huge damage, and he's going to have to get back to the pits as soon as he can. He has a nice break here as there's no one really coming towards him. But that is not good for Bossman. He is going to have to get into those pits quick. We're going to go back to Karab here, as I believe he is the only one that's really on a lap. But just like I was telling everybody, Dreamsy took the first win of the year at Australia. Honos got the win at Bahrain after Rep Rick got a time penalty for taking me out at the Bahrain GP. The Vietnam GP went to Snipper Pig after Dreamsy got a time penalty for his collision with Pig for blocking on the final lap, but then Dreamsy was able to get the win at the Vietnamese GP, and then Snipper Pig was able to clear it out and get the win at the Dutch GP. We are now into the witching hour, the final minute, where these spots, it's all... Karab improves on his time, though. He gets a 10.9.6. Bunch of cars are out here on the track, so this is a great time to go out there and get your times, especially for somebody like Breezy, who is going to have to step it up. He needs to go. He needs to get going if he wants to set a lap. I see there is a Williams who is going to get started, so I believe that's Bossman who is trying to come out of the pits, but I don't think he will have enough time to set another lap. Drew coming around now, currently sitting in P11, trying to get himself into the top 10. And as we all know, Birdman has a qualifying disqualification for the wrecks that he had in the last race. So he has to sit out this qualifying, and he will not be able to participate. There seems to be some stuff going on here. I believe that was Dreamsy who did allow Breezy to go, but Dreamsy is not going to make it back. I think Breezy is done. I don't think he has a chance. I think he's done. Or does he have a chance? I think it will allow him. It will allow him to set a lap. Yeah, so we're going to go back with Drew Yu here because he is the only one that on the tiny screens that I see, he did hit the wall there. I believe that's Hurricane coming around. Looks like he impeded on Abstract Theory there a little bit. So Drew Yu does go into the pits. Bossman, so they will allow Bossman to complete a lap. They will allow him to complete a lap. Let's get up to Speed King though. See if he can improve on his time. He does. He gets himself into P4 with a 106.6. And Dilligaff does improve on his time. Dilligaff is on pole with a 108.8. Honos pulls into the pits. Karad behind him. And behind him is Snipper Pig. Snipper Pig trying to improve on his time. He is down on his time. Can he take pole away from Dilligaff? No, he does improve on his time with a 108.8. How does Breezy do? Breezy only sets a 110.3. Very disappointing for the Racing Point driver there. Bryce has a invalidated time. How is Dreamsy doing though? He is somebody to watch for. The current points leader. Can he get it onto pole? He will not, but he will stay where he is with a 109.8. Bossman is the final one, but he has a invalidation and some damage on his wing, so that is it from the Williams driver. So Dilligaff will take pole here at the Monaco GP, pulling out a stunner. I was not expecting him to put it on pole. So congrats to Dilligaff in the Ferrari for pulling it out and putting that car on pole. So that is his first career pole here in the UDL F1 series. So we're going to run down the grid here really quick. Dilligaff on pole, Snipper Pig in second, Hurricane in third, Speed King in P4, Karab in P5, Dreamsy in P6, Honos in P7, Abstract Theory in P8, Big Rig in P9, Breezy with a disappointing P10, Dilsack with a P11, Drew U in P12, Bryce in P13, Bossman in P14, and Birdman, who has the disqualification in qualifying. He was not allowed to qualify, so he will be starting at the back of the grid. So I just want to say congrats to Dilligaff on that fine qualifying performance. We're still having problem with the lobby here, waiting for the lobby to get going into the next one. So give us here a minute here, folks. If you like what you guys see, please subscribe to the United Drivers League YouTube channel, as you will get all of the races that the UDL F1 series does provide, and as so the Indy 500 race that will come next year. So mind the blue screen as I have to do my race director duties and take screenshots of the results, as I will have to send this out. So please excuse the blue screens. So how we do it here in the United Drivers League, we all go into our very own new lobby. So you guys are going to have to give me a minute here, as I'm going to have to send the results out. This is something that I do, me driving. I normally just have to take the screenshots of the results, so I'm apologizing for the amount of blue screens that you guys are going to have to see here, as I'm going to have to send the driver invites, send the screenshots into the chat, and all of that fun stuff. So give me a minute here, as you guys will also be able to see how I get these lobbies made. So this is going to be a nice insight into how I make the F1 lobbies for this race. We do it custom grid. We do real-time weather, and it is a sunny day out at Monaco today, so we will not have any threats of rain. Unfortunately, the two drivers that have won this race in the past are not in this race, as Greco Draybird is not with us anymore, and neither is Sinister Owl. Trying to make sure I got everything set. So you guys are going to have to give me just a minute to get everybody in here. We are not at Azerbaijan just yet. That will be next week. Currently getting the invites sent out to the drivers. But yeah, to kind of go on about what happened in last year's Monaco race in Season 2, Breezy, who was in the Alfa Romeo at the time, put it on pole. Myself, I qualified in P2. I believe Sinister Owl put it in P3. In the first 8 laps, it was pretty much a train, as it was Breezy, me, and Sinister Owl holding firm in P1, 2, and 3. Both, I ended up hitting the wall, I believe, on lap 8, having to pit for wing damage, and then I was 5 seconds behind. Breezy and Sinister Owl came out at P1 and 2 after their first stints. And then, let's see, it was trying to remember. I wish these guys would show online because it takes forever to find them. Who else are we missing? So yeah, so Breezy and Snipper Pig were holding very well in P1. Trying to get everybody in here. I just got the grid sent to them. Trying to make sure everybody gets in here. So I'm sorry about the blue screen. Just need to make sure that I get all the drivers into the lobby. Trying to think, who all am I missing? Come on, guys, you gotta join. Join, guys. Let's get this stuff going. Sorry about the blue screen, folks. Still trying to get everybody in here. Boss man, you do not need to be doing time trial at this current minute. But yeah, to kind of go on about what happened last year's Monaco race. So Sinister Owl was holding the lead. I was about 5 seconds back, and then I kind of kicked it into overdrive and started to pull on him, and was able to get the lead down to about 2 seconds, and then a safety car came out, and we were able to have a green-white checkered finish. We're going to get Honos in here. Where is he at? Who are we missing? I'm trying to, if I can figure out who all is in their car. Abstract Theory is here. Okay, everybody is... Oh, wait, no. I need to get the grid made. Alright, so gonna get the grid here for you guys. Dilgav currently on pole. Snipper Pig in P2. Speed King in P4. Crab in P5, Dreamsy P6. Dillsack in P11, Drew U in P12, BOE Bryce in P13, Bossman in P14, and then Birdman in last place. So that is the grid. Going to message the guys to let them know to ready up. Make sure I have the formation lap on. Formation lap is on. Yes, formation lap is on. So here we go, guys. This is the Monaco GP, the race that we've all been waiting for, as last year was a very exciting race. And just like I was saying about last year's Monaco race, it came down to a green, white, checkered, as I was trying to make a pass on Sinister Al on the final lap. It did not work for me as I got spun. And then Breezy was able to pass Dreamzy on that final lap to get into P2 as he was on a brand new pair of softs. And going down the final straight, Sinister Al beat out Breezy by 0.043 seconds to make it the second closest finish in UDL F1 history. And then kind of going over the first race, that same guy that won the race, Sinister Al, as we all famously know, in turn 1, he puts it on pole, the lights went out, and he goes straight into the wall in turn 1, causing a huge, massive pile-up that would allow Greco Draybird and Snipper Pig to escape, and Greco Draybird was able to hold on the lead for most of the race, as he would take the win in that McLaren car, and Snipper Pig took second place. Still waiting for everybody to ready up and reminder to all of those guys, as we are joining a new lobby, do not forget to put those setups on. Now, Ix and Jonathan will be back for next week's race, as next week we are at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and then right after that we are doing the Canadian Grand Prix, and then we are finally finishing out the final race of our 5 race in a row streak with the Austrian GP. As everybody knows, the Austrian GP was where Breezy and Dreamzy had the closest finish ever in UDL F1 history. So today, somebody is going to get their first ever Monaco GP win, as we don't have any previous UDL Monaco GP winners. Here we go. Yep. The formation lap has begun, folks. Waiting for it to allow me to there we go. So just like I said, in row 1, Dilgaff in the Ferrari, Snipper Pig in P2 in the AlphaTauri, Hurricane looking for his first win of his UDL career in the Alfa Romeo in P3, Speed King, who put it on P2 at the Chinese Grand Prix in P4, Karab, who is also looking for his first ever podium in the McLaren car in P5. Dream, the current points leader, only by 5 points, Dreamzy in the Alfa Romeo in P6. His former teammate in the McLaren team, Holnos, is starting in P7. Abstract Theory making his UDL debut in P8. I Got a Big Rig making his Monaco GP debut today in P9. Breezy trying to recover from that horrible qualifying that he had in P10. Dilsack starting in P11. He was disqualified from the formation lap. Drew Yu in the Williams in P12. Bryce was also disqualified from the formation lap. He's in the Renault car, so he is not in his correct car, but that's fine. He will see if he can score the Renault some points. Bossman in P14, and Birdman, who will finally be able to get out there on the track in P15. See if I can pull up their tires, as we have 11 drivers starting on the softs. So Drew Yu is the only one outside of the top 10 who is starting on softs. Everybody is pulling up. Birdman has now got into his final grid spot, folks. Here we go. The lights are on. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and go! And it does not go. Problem, it didn't go for me. Go! as Dilligap goes off, he gets not a bad start at all, and Hurricane gets a better start than Snipper Pig as he will take P2. So far clean, and Dreamsy and Abstract Theory battling up the hill as he kind of closes Dreamsy off, but Dreamsy's going, oh, and they get loose a little bit. Dreamsy will take P5, and Breezy will get around Korab. And Breezy trying to look for a pass here, but they're going to go into that very hard turn to make a pass as Abstract Theory goes down the inside, and they are hooking up quite a bit. Oh, and Breezy is around! Breezy is around, and there is a big pile up. There is possibly lots of damage there to the McLaren drivers, but Breezy is not going to be happy about that. And the big winner from all of that, jumping all the way up from P13 to P7, is Bryce on the medium tires. Dilligap is pulling away already with a 2 3/10 lead on Easy Hurricane, as he will take the lead the first lap here at the Monaco GP. Looks like problems for Dilligap here. Yeah, there's a bunch of problems here. This is not going right for the McLaren drivers, as I see damage on Korab's car. His front wing is almost gone. Drew Yu has damage on his right front wing as well, and I believe that is Honos, who is making a pit stop. Not the start that Honos has wanted out of this race, as I'm sure that's Bossman as well, making a stop for a front wing change from that damage, as we got Bryce making a move around. No, we have Breezy making a move around Bryce, as I'm sure he's going to try and claw up his way back to that Haas driver of Abstract Theory, making his debut race. Snipper Pig still sitting comfortably into third, but he's getting some pressure from the Red Bull driver of Speed King. Dilligap is pulling away comfortably right now in P1, as his lead is currently up to about 3 seconds. I don't know if that's damage on... No, there is no damage on Pig's car. Pig is trying to look for something on Hurricane here, but not the day that, and looks like Big Rig has made a pass onto Bryce, as Bryce is on the medium tires. Big Rig is on the soft tires. Going up the hill they are. X-Breezy going to try and everything he can to get all the way back to Abstract Theory, the guy who almost took him out. And Snipper Pig and looks like Dreamsy is going to start getting into the battle there. See how Dilligap is doing. He hasn't used much of his ERS. It looks like he's used about almost half of it. But he is right now setting the pace. I will say that. He has comfortably setting the pace. Korab has gone into the pits to put on a new front wing. He was going to have to do that at some point, as he had a lot of damage on that car. But Korab has pulled out a big lead on Easy Hurricane here. Snipper Pig still behind Easy Hurricane. Now, this is Monaco. This is not an easy place to pass at all. So this is going to be challenging, as the guy that almost everybody was thinking throughout the week that was going to go in here and sweep this race is currently sitting in P3, but he was wondering how he was going to do on the start. He did not get the start that he wanted, and that has allowed Easy Hurricane to get all the way up to P2. Right now we just got this battle between from P2 to P5, as Abstract Theory is 1.6 away from Dreamsy. Breezy currently 4 seconds away from him. Big Rig under 2 seconds. Not only that, Honos and Korab, both when they made their stops, they have already decided to go out there on the medium tires. But I am amazed by the pace that he is setting right now. Excuse me, as I had to sneeze. I'm sorry about that. Gonna follow here on a lap with Dilligap here. big time cut on turn 1, I will say that. Sorry about that, I had a sneeze, but Dilligap currently is kind of gaining some time from the corner cutting there, as we did say that drivers will be able to send their clips in on it. They felt like there was anything that didn't look legal, as we allow the boys to race, but we do tell them to make sure to abide by corner cutting rules. Drew Yu is in the pits. Wonder if he had to put a front wing on or not, but he has now gone into the pits to put on the hard tires. I imagine it's to put on a new wing as well. We're watching here through the swimming pool as we have a yellow flag, it looks like. And that's Honos again. Problem with Honos as well, as right now Karab is now going to have to deal with the Mercedes driver of Bossman, who has a lot of damage on that wing. As Karab squeezes down the inside, he does make a pass around the struggling Mercedes driver of Bossman there. So very good move there from Bossman. Breezy and Big Rig have pitted. Wonder if Breezy is going to be putting on a new wing. Yes, Breezy also is making a wing change, and Big Rig is making a wing change. So plenty of wings are being changed, as I feel like that's Bryce as well. He's in the pits making a wing change, and Big Rig had to make a wing change as well. Go back here with Karab, Bossman, and Honos, as there always seems to be something going on with these guys. I think Bossman will have to pit here, and Honos just hit the wall too. And Honos just got a 5-second penalty for speeding in pit lane. This has not been Honos' day at all. Dilligap is building a huge gap between him. He is gone. 8-second lead right now between Dilligap, Hurricane. That is insane, the time that he's pulling. Super Pig still can't get anything going, but Bossman is going to get out in front of Speed King, though. It's not going to be an issue. He does allow Dreezy by. Did he already take damage again? No, okay, I thought he just took damage again. Honos is also a lap down. Abstract Theory is going to get around Bossman as well. Abstract Theory is still not out of it, as I believe that's Honos. I believe they were slowing down to let the lead lap cars get by. Yeah, but Dilligap is driving a nice race. He is doing amazing right now. He has built an incredible lead. This is not what I was expecting at all from the Ferrari driver at all in this race. So right now, if he doesn't hit the wall or anything, he is doing an amazing job. As we all know, Monaco is such a tough track to pass, and Hurricane has used a lot of ERS. Pig is currently on that ERS. Ooh, and Hurricane did not take a good line going into that turn, as Honos has gone into the pits. This day was not good for him, as he has retired the car. Not the day that Honos has been wanting at all. So very unfortunate for Honos there, as this will be his first DNF in a very long time. I believe that's his first DNF ever, if I remember correctly. And I believe that's his car that's going back on the pits. Yeah, that's his car that went back out on the pits. So be very aware, folks. There is a retired McLaren car still out there on the pits. I'm going to go back up to Bryce, because it looks like he's about to catch up to him. And we're going to go back up to Drew Yu. I hope Bryce is very careful. That's not what you want. And that is a retired car, folks, that is driving out there on the track. Go up to Drew Yu here. And the retired car is not pulling off into the pit, so for the drivers that are currently having to deal with this, this is not what they want to deal with at all. When is that retired car going to get into the pits? He's driving very slow, and Drew Yu runs into the back of him. And now the retired car pulls up, and how unfortunate for Drew Yu to having to deal with that retired car. Again, he has damage on his front left in place, so very unfortunate for him. Gilligaff is just pulling off right now. 11 seconds between him. Oh, and it looks like Speed King went for a pass. Speed King has made a move, and he is now into P3. The Red Bull driver telling the two-time defending champion that I am not afraid of going for a move into that corner. He pulled some heroics into St. Deval, so good on you, Speed King, as Jeff will always try to tell you, no heroics into St. Deval, and Speed King pulls it off, so gotta give Speed King a lot of props here. But Gilligaff currently right now on a mission. Snipper Pig is pitting. Snipper Pig is pitting. Don't know if he needs to make a wing change or not. No, he is not. He is putting on a new set of medium tires, as I'm sure he's going to try and pull off the undercut for P2. Honestly, Gilligaff has built a big-time lead between him and Hurricane. This is unbelievable pace from Gilligaff. Go back to Easy Hurricane and Speed King here. Dreamsy still currently sitting in P4. Looking at where Snipper Pig pulled out, it looked like he did pull out in front of Birdman, so he has nothing but clean air to try and set some great laps. He's about halfway down on his ERS, so go over to Speed King here. Bryce is in the pits, as I believe Bryce is on the wets. Not good. Guys, we have recreated the Spyro the Great from the first ever Monaco GP, where BOE Bryce is currently on the wet tires, as he has a Karab behind him. And you know Karab is probably not happy about that. They don't make contact. Karab does get around Bryce. But we have a driver that has recreated Spyro the Great from the first Monaco GP race. And yeah, he's going to have a hard time. So we're going to stay on this because I have to imagine this is going to create some issues. He's letting Speed King go by. This is not what you want to see, folks. Yeah, he's in a big-time trouble. Was that Gilligaff that finally got around him? Yes, that was Gilligaff that got around him. I can't believe this, folks. We have a driver that's out there. I believe that's Gilsack coming up, so Bryce might retire the car here soon if I'm going to guess right. But wow. Not what you want to do at all. He is having so much trouble out there on the wets. I don't know if he messed up there and was messing with the tires he needed to put on. I hope he doesn't. Oh man, and he's holding Snipper Pig up so much. That is not what you want. He's going to have to go in and pit, and I assume he's, oh my gosh. He's probably going to have to go in and pit, and he's probably going to retire the car. This is a long shot. I believe that's Birdman behind him. Don't know if Birdman took any damage from that. But yeah, Bryce is now going into the pits. And he now puts on a dry set of tires. So that was a lap around Monaco, folks, with a set of wet tires on a dry track. If you ever wanted to see what that looked like, well, there you go. Gilligaff, after pitting, is currently back in the lead. Snipper Pig did get out in front of Speed King, though. Speed King went out onto the hard, so... And it looks like Birdman may have taken some damage from running into the back of Bryce there. But currently, Dilligap is currently the leader. Birdman has two very angry Alfa Romeos behind him. As we know, Birdman is going to have to pit soon. Abstract Theory also went and made his stop not too long ago, as he went out there and put on the medium tires. Oh, and there is contact between Hurricane and Birdman. And Hurricane gets into the back of Birdman and has taken damage on his front right wing. So this is going to be major for Hurricane, as he's going to have a tough time driving around with that wing. Now, that is not Birdman's fault. If the driver behind you runs into the back of you, that is not the driver in front's fault. So that will not count against Birdman at all, as he's currently on a 3-race probation where he cannot get into a wreck of his own, well, a wreck that he has caused, or unless he would get a suspension for that race. But Hurricane right now driving on a damaged wing. But Hurricane's having trouble right now with that wing. Don't know what he's going to do. Dilligap just set the fastest lap of the race with a 112.1. So Dilligap still sitting. Oh, and he hits the wall again. Hits the wall again. Big Rig. This might be good for Big Rig here, who also made his stop not too long ago. I'm assuming Hurricane is going to have to pit. No, Hurricane is choosing not to pit, as he's going to choose to be a huge nuisance for the Haas driver. And I got a Big Rig, and it looks like Birdman, Dreamsy just went for a pass on Birdman, and Dreamsy does get the pass to work. So Dreamsy pulls off the pass to get around the Red Bull driver of Kill the Birdman. Ooh, and Big Rig runs into the back of the Alfa Romeo driver, as it looks like Snipper Pig did get around Dillsack or not. Don't know if that was a pass or just, hey man, this isn't my race. I'm not going to hold you up, so I'm going to let you go. I don't know if Speed King made the right choice going on the hards, as he's right now losing so much time out to the Alpha Tori driver of Snipper Pig, but Snipper Pig is going to have to do so much to try and get back into that battle. We're going to go back to Hurricane and Big Rig here. Can't tell if there is damage on the front of the Alfa Romeo driver, as Big Rig is trying to get there. Big cut over the swimming pool, as we see a lockup from the Red Bull driver as Birdman finally pits. See how they are. Hurricane, don't know if he has any wing damage or not, because I did see him hit the back of the Alfa Romeo driver. No, I don't see any damage. So no, Big Rig did not take any damage when he ran into the back. And we have a safety car. We have a safety car, folks. So this race just got interesting, as I believe that is Bryce who is out. I'm going to try and see if we can see, I think that's a Williams coming up, but it looks like there is a Renault stuck. He has crashed. Ooh, yeah, he is stuck. He is wrecked out right there. Looks like a right rear tire is gone. He is now off the track, but a safety car, folks, and Dilligap is taking advantage of the safety car to put on a new pair of mediums. Let's see what Snipper Pig does here. I also just saw that Big Rig got a 5-second time penalty for hitting the back of the... Oh, does Snipper Pig get out in front of the Ferrari driver? No, he does not. So Dilligap keeps his lead. Dilligap keeps his lead, and he's on a brand new medium tire. So impressive from Dilligap, as he is still on that set. He just went in pit. He took advantage of the free pit stop. I imagine Snipper Pig knew that if he wanted a chance, he had to not pit and had to get out in front of Dilligap here. How unfortunate for Snipper Pig, but it's still Monaco. There is 14 laps left. Actually, no. 24 laps left in this race, so we could see another safety car in this race. Huge for Dilsack as well. We're going to look at the position change, who are biggest movers and biggest losers of the day so far. As we all know, Birdman kind of gets a nice timed safety car, as he's currently in P6. He has gained 9 spots from not being able to qualify. He has gained the most spots, as he is currently up to P6. The biggest loser of the day so far is Karab, the Canadian driver of Karab. He's currently sitting in P11, 6 spots down from starting in P5. There has been lots of action, folks. Just got confirmation from Bryce that he did not mean to go on to the wets. I'm sure you didn't, buddy. Very unfortunate that happened. I did see a bunch of drivers pit, so I'm going to go and bring up the tires for you, see what everybody is stopped on. It looks like Dilligaff, he's on the medium tires. Snipper Pig currently on the medium tires. If I was Speed King, I would have gone in and pit, but then again, it was 2 laps ago, and I wasn't exactly aware where Speed King was currently at, so he wanted to keep track position and not pit, but he's currently sitting in P3. Dreamsy currently sitting in P4. Dilsack currently out there on the hards in P5. He just went and pitted. Birdman, who pitted not too long ago, sitting in P6. Man, that safety car helped him out big time. Breezy currently sitting in P7. Hurricane sitting in P8. Big Rig in P9. Abstract Theory in P10. Krab in P11. Drew U in P12. And Bossman currently at the back of the grid. Dilgaff has pretty much led almost the majority of this whole entire race. Doesn't look like the lights are going off on the safety car, so we are probably going to get one more lap of safety car action. So to kind of give you guys a recap of the race so far, Dilgaff has been in control of this whole entire race. He put it on pole, and he has taken over this race, having the lead almost close up to 12 seconds at one point. Snipper Pig got off to a bad start, did not get the wanted to have, as Hurricane was able to get around him as to take P2. Then Speed King made a pretty ballsy pass on the AlphaTauri driver of Snipper Pig to get himself up into P3, as Snipper Pig then went on to pit. It's been a very bad day for the McLaren drivers, as Abstract Theory and X Breezy got into a collision on lap 1 that collected multiple drivers, especially the McLaren drivers of Karab and Honos, who has retired from the race. This is his first ever retirement in UDL history, so not the day that Honos wanted to have, as he's currently in 3rd place in the points, and he will not be able to largen his gap to the AlphaTauri driver of Publix. BOE Bryce in the Renault car was also having a tough day, as he accidentally pitted for the wets and became a moving chicane, and he also got himself into a wreck, which allowed these guys to get the pit stops. So the safety car is in this lap, so these guys need to make sure that they wait. I also saw that there was a penalty for, I believe, Drew U running into the back of Karab. I hope Dilligaff, yeah, the safety car is in, so Dilligaff can go. Can Snipper Pig get anything going? Green flag is out. We are back to racing, folks, and we got pretty spread out here, so good run by Dilligaff here, as he is gone again. Dilgap pulling away on his brand new set of medium tires. Snipper Pig needed to get in front of Dilgap there on that safety car lap, the first one when Dilgap made the pits, but Snipper Pig was unable to get it. So Dilgap currently on the fresher tires. Speed King still currently in P2. In P3, sorry, with a Alfa Romeo driver of Dreamsy on the medium tires trying to chase him down. Breezy trying to catch up to the Red Bull driver of Kill the Birdman. Breezy trying to improve his day. Dilgap. Oh, and we have contact, as I believe that's Abstract Theory, who may have come and taken contact on the wall. So Abstract Theory hit the barrier as he is now back all the way down to P12. Not the start that the Haas driver making his UDL debut today wanted to have. Looks like the pit window is open for Dreezy here as the medium tire runners. But then again, Snipper Pig is only down 1.9 seconds now. I don't know if those mediums can last the whole entire race, so Dilgap is going to have to try and make those tires last. And Dreezy's going down. He's trying to take the pass to get P3, and he does. He takes over P3 and takes it away from the Red Bull driver of Speed King, who is currently out there on the hards, as the mediums will trump over the hards there. So a good pass from the Alfa Romeo driver, with Dilsack currently sitting in P5 and Birdman currently in P6. This could be a great day for the Red Bull team, as they have had a tough time this whole entire year. Besides Speed King getting a P2 at the Chinese GP, this has not been a good year for the Red Bull team, so this could go their way. Dilgap still pulling out. Oh, and it looks like, oh, I spoke too soon. I spoke too soon, or maybe jinxed him, but Birdman got into the wall as Breezy is now in front of Kill the Birdman, and Hurricane is going for a move. He does. He gets up into P7. So Hurricane is now up into P7 with a very fast Haas driver of I Got a Big Rig back to battling again, because before the safety car, they were battling it out. Gonna follow the point of view, kind of make some contact there with the back of the Red Bull driver. Looking at the map there, Dilgap and Snipper Pig pulling very far away. Dreamsy is gonna have to set down some flyers if he's gonna want any chance there to get into the range of Snipper Pig. It looks like Big Rig might be going for a move here. He is. He goes down the inside. Does he pull it off? Ooh, he may have brushed the wall a little bit, but it doesn't do anything, and Big Rig does pull it off. Big Rig pulls it off and gets himself up into P8 as he takes a spot away from the Red Bull driver of Kill the Birdman. Breezy right now, these medium tire runners are trying to chase down the hard tire runners, as Breezy trying to chase down the Mercedes of Dilsack. Birdman has gone into the pits. Going up the hill here. Gonna have to be a minute before Breezy can think about any type of move, but he is gaining on Dilsack fast, but he is losing. He doesn't have a lot of, ooh, and Bossman's out. Bossman is out of the race. He has gone into the pits and retired. So Bossman, who is having a tough day, has decided to call it quits. He was already a lap down, had multiple incidents as well, and as I'm looking at that map, folks, that Mercedes car is coming back out onto the pits. So it was going great for the first 5 weeks, where the retired cars would stay in the pits when they retired. Now they're coming back onto the track. Thankfully, he's very far away from Dilgap and Snipper Pig. But I wonder if Snipper Pig is hoping for any chance that that Mercedes car does get in the way of that Ferrari. And it looks like I'm going to have to go check that out, because he's coming up soon to that car. Yeah, he is. Oh, and it pulls out. just in time where he doesn't impede on the leader. So thankfully, the retired Mercedes car does not get in the way of Dilligap there. And Dilligap now has a bunch of clean air, but Snipper Pig is starting to pull on Dilligap here. Still got a nice train here between P5 all the way down to P8, where Dilsack is holding strong against some of the most accomplished drivers in the UDL F1 series. Snipper Pig still having a tough time pulling there on Dilligap. But this could be a big day for Dilsack, as I believe he hasn't finished in the top 5 in a very long time. Breezy getting really close there. Breezy trying to chase him down. Let's see how much ERS he has left. He has about just a little bit under 30, around the 25% area. But he looks like he has a run on the Mercedes driver here. He needs to do anything he can to get around him, with Hurricane right behind and the Haas driver right behind. And Dilsack, it started to look like he was pulling in on the Red Bull driver of Speed King there, but Monaco is such a tough place to pass. It's so hard to get around here, but I gotta admit, some of these guys have been pulling off some pretty good moves. So these guys showing that it's not completely impossible to pull off a move here, but it's still pretty darn hard to get a move done. But with it being pretty dang hard to get a move done, Dilsack is holding nice and firm right in that P5 spot. So Breezy hasn't been able to get the run that he has needed to get any type of run that he can get on the number 37 Mercedes. And as we all know, Breezy last year finished in second place. Dreamzy finished in third. So Dreamzy looking like he was possibly, what a great shot of all 4 of those cars going up the hill. Dilsack still holding strong. Every time it almost looks like he's about to pull into Speed King's toe there, but Speed King doing a nice job. And let's not forget, these guys are on the hard, so I don't know. I'm pretty sure they don't have to pit for another lap, so they're sitting pretty nice here in P4 and P5. So far, the gap between Snipper Pig and Dilligap has stayed roughly around the same, around that 2-second range, where Dilligap hasn't been able to build quite the lead that he was able to in the first stint. I imagine that had to deal with Hurricane being starting a truly train behind, with Pig behind and Speed King behind and Dreamzy. So see if Breezy can do anything here. It doesn't look like he has the run. Just a great shot there going up the hill. They changed it way too quick. I love that shot of all 4 cars just going right up the hill, as that is a classic shot in all of F1. Looks like Breezy went for the move. Breezy did go for the move. I apologize, folks. We did miss it, but Breezy sent it and got up into P5. We also have a yellow, and it looks like Big Rig has run into the wall. Don't know if he was trying to go for a move or not, but Big Rig got turned, as now that will possibly open up the door for Abstract Theory and Corrupt. I don't know if Big Rig made contact or not. Get this nice helicopter shot with Hurricane Hurricane right now breathing down the rear diffuser here of the Mercedes driver. Snipper Pig has gotten that gap out down under the 2 seconds, and he's going for the move, and he does go for the move, but Dilsack was also pitting, as Dilsack has chosen to pit, as I don't know if he's going to put on a new set of mediums. He does, and oh, he had wing damage. Dilsack had wing damage, so that's not good for the Mercedes driver of Dilsek, as that's going to cost him a lot of time and a lot of places. Going back to the only battle now of the Haas drivers with Abstract Theory right now behind. I got a Big Rig, my teammate, with my reserve, Abstract Theory. Met this guy throughout the week and decided I need a Haas driver in that car. Wanted to give him a shot. So this is Abstract Theory's chance. See how he does. I hope he treats my teammates nice and kind. But so far, these guys are going very long on. Oh, and Abstract Theory goes into the wall. Oh, and he runs into the back of Karab. As Karab loses out on a spot, Karab is not going to be happy about that at all. Karab is probably furious, and Abstract Theory has retired from the race. So Abstract Theory, I was just talking about him, and what happened there, he retires from the race. So Dilsack will pick up a spot from that, hoping he retired in a safe spot. I want to see where that retired car is at, so it looks like Abstract Theory did retire in a safe spot. Big Rig is in the pits, also serving a 5-second stop and go penalty as he's going to put on the softs. Now, will Dilsack beat him out? He does. Dilsack will beat him, but Big Rig has put on the softs. Go back up here to Hurricane and Breezy as Hurricane has now pulled in within half a second. Oh, and Breezy kind of gets into the wall there a little bit with Hurricane now breathing down Breezy's neck. Breezy trying to defend as best as he can. Looks like he's going to get the move. Oh, but he cuts the turn majorly. He's going to have to give that spot back, and he does. He pulls a gentleman move and gives him the spot back as he knew that that wasn't the right thing to do. But Breezy's probably not a big fan of it as that is going to cost him plenty of time there. Breezy pits. Breezy gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding into pit lane. So not good news for Breezy here, as he's probably going to have to suffer a stop and go and a wing change. So he's not serving a stop and go, and Breezy has retired from the race. That is Breezy's day, as Breezy has retired from the race, and his car is now going back out there on the track. And because I was able to stay on him, I'm going to follow this retired car and see, make sure it doesn't. Oh, and the Ferrari and Snipper Pig are going to pull up on it here pretty soon. Big Rig does get around. So everybody that is still left in this race is going to score a point today. So Snipper Pig still down by 2 seconds. This is going to be something to watch. What will this do for the drivers of Dillagaff and Snipper Pig? Will he pull off soon? Will he pull off in the exact same spot that Bossman's AI did? Or will he keep going? And he does. Again, Dillagaff avoids another one. So Dillagaff getting a nice break where the retired AI car does not get into his way. Snipper Pig trying to do everything he can. Right now there's a battle between Kurab and Drew Yu. But right now, everybody that is currently in the top 10 is going to score a point. Let's see. Karab's still trying to do everything he can to get up to Drew Yu, but he's been out there on the hards for 22 laps. With Drew Yu on those medium tires for 17 laps, I imagine he hasn't made a pit since the safety car. But Drew Yu has a lot of wing damage as well. That is a lot of wing damage. Drew Yu is having a tough time, I can tell. With it looks like he has damage on his left. Yeah, he is missing a front end plate on the left side and the right side. Now Karab lost out on that spot from the collision with Abstract Theory there after Abstract Theory made contact with the wall and did a full-on 180 with his car. He's still having a tough time getting around that turn. Snipper Pig, update on the lead. Snipper Pig still having a tough time trying to pull anything he can into that lead that Dilligaf has. If Dilligaf wins this, well, starting to build into it a little bit, but Snipper Pig still having a tough time trying to get anything into that 2-second lead that Dilligaf has. So he's pretty much is hoping for a miracle. Karab looked like he was trying to go for a move there. But man, there is so much damage to that Williams wing. Lap 32 has just now begun, ladies and gentlemen. We have 8 laps left to go in the Monaco GP. And it looks like Birdman is starting to catch up. So with Drew Yu starting, Drew Yu looks like pretty soon in about, I would have to say, oh, and he spins! He spins and makes contact as he kind of gets in to kill the Birdman there. Karab did get a 3-second time penalty, but he is probably going to send that in. He had nowhere to go with Drew Yu spinning out, so Karab is going to get that 3 seconds back if he is able to appeal that to the stewards. And Drew Yu stays out. Drew Yu stays out and is now going to be a big pain in the butt for Dilsack here. Dilsack is going for a pass. Can't get the move done. Drew Yu holds nice and steady right there in that P8 spot. He's like, I don't want to pit. I don't want to score just a point. I want plenty of points. But he does the right thing, and he lets Dilsack by. As he currently has 2 points to his name for this race. And Big Rig, who is out there on the softs, he's going to try and do everything he can to catch up to Drew Yu. So we're going to have to watch this and see what Drew Yu does, because Drew Yu, he pretty much has no... I mean, that left side of his... No, the right side of his wing is almost gone. Birdman starting to build into that gap with Karab there. We're going to go back and watch that. Watching Drew Yu here is, he still is nursing that damaged wing. And it looks like he does allow Big Rig to go by as he has too much damage on that car. If I'm Drew Yu, I might as well just go in and pit and go for the fastest lap and get your first ever career fastest lap, buddy. You're now the final point standing, damaged wing. At least go into maybe lap 37, try and pull off the fastest lap attempt, which is what I would do. I'm going to go up to Birdman though, because even though Karab has a 3-second time penalty, that is probably going to get removed right at the end of the race when he appeals. We're going to have to see how Karab does. There is a yellow flag. Wonder if that's Big Rig. No, it is with Drew Yu. But the thing is, though, is that if Birdman is able to get around Karab, he will still take P6 outright. So that's going to be something to watch for. And you have the Mercedes driver of Dilsack. Oh, and Drew Yu is out! Drew Yu is out! Safety car is out! Ladies and gentlemen, safety car is out. We might get another green-white checkered finish here at Monaco for the 2nd race in a row. So this opens up the door for everything. So that wing damage was way too much for Drew Yu to handle in the fast turn coming out of the tunnel, and he is now wrecked out. So this is going to be something to watch for. Snipper Pig is going to have to try and do everything he can. This is your chance, Pig, to finally get a Monaco GP win, because if he gets this win, he will now have 2 races for the Triple Crown, and Dilgap decides not to pit. I think he made a mistake because Dreamsy is very far away. Dreamsy is not going to be able to pass Snipper Pig here, and Snipper Pig puts on the softs. I think Dilligaf may have made a costly mistake. This is huge. Wow. This is huge, folks, as Snipper Pig is now onto the soft. So just like I was saying, he already has a Indy 500 win. Now, he did win Le Mans in the GTE series, but he did not take #1 overall. So it does not count towards the Triple Crown. But with him winning the Indy 500, if he wins this race, he now has 2 of the 3 that you need for the Triple Crown. And me and the guys have talked. We are going to think about maybe doing a little WEC Le Mans race as a one-off next year for that to possibly go down. We'll probably do some mock races for, about 2 or 3. But if Snipper Pig wins this race, that means he would now have to win Le Mans #1 overall to win the Triple Crown. But I think Dilligaff has made a mistake by not pitting. I think he made a huge mistake by not taking advantage of the free pit stop and going for softs, as he had a nice gap on and Dreamsy is pitting. No, Speed King is pitting. I would have done that on the lap before, buddy, but then again, Hurricane is very far away. He's putting on the softs now. So Speed King is going to try and do everything that he can to get around Dreamsy to take the P3 spot. So Dreamsy is in a very vulnerable spot. So is Dilligaff. Kill the Birdman and Dilsack did not pit for softs. Got confirmation from Drew Yu. He said, my fault there. I had no front wing and was trying to make it back to the pits. Yes, we all saw that you had no front wing. So, ladies and gentlemen, 2 races in a row, we get a green, white, checkered finish. This has opened the door for so much to happen. Wow. So let's see, folks. I imagine we're going to do one more lap on the safety car as we are still waiting on the arrival of the Red Bull driver of Kill the Birdman, the Mercedes of Dilsack, the McLaren of Karab, and the Haas of I Got a Big Rig to make it all the way back, folks. So second safety car of the race. Here we go, folks. This is going to be huge. I'm excited. Now, I hope the same thing doesn't happen to Snipper Pig here, where I try to make a move on Sinister Owl, and it costed me, the win and a possible P2 finish. Snipper Pig needs to be patient and pick his spot as best as he can, because he is out there on the softs. I think Dilligaff may have made a huge mistake by not pitting for the softs, because he had a 3-second lead going into the final turn, so he would have gotten out ahead big time in front of the AlphaTauri driver. So this is not over, folks. This has to be the final safety car lap. It has to be. Dreamsy also sitting there with 25 lap old medium tires, so that's another thing to watch for. Can Speed King get his first ever podium, get his second ever podium finish, because it's actually a Hurricane who's going for his first ever podium finish. Coming down, folks. It's 3 laps to go. I guarantee you this safety car is going in with at least 2 to go. This is our second green-white check. And Speed King has a penalty. Speed King has a penalty. 5-second severe collision with Dreamsy. Don't know what but that is huge, as that's going to cost the Red Bull driver a lot. Safety car is in this lap, folks. And I Got a Big Rig got a 5-second time penalty. Here we go, folks. Safety car is in the pits. Ooh, as Pig kind of gets a little bit loose there. This is the battle to watch, folks. Pig on 3-lap old softs. Dilligaf on 22-lap medium tires. Pig is going to have to try and do everything that he can to take this away from Dilligaf if he wants to win the Monaco GP. Not only that, Speed King looking like he's trying to make a move on Dreamsy as well, but he does have that 5-second time penalty, which I'm sure he will appeal. But going back to the battle, folks, as much as I want to be on the battle for P3, Snipper Pig still on the soft. This is his chance. This might be his chance right here, right there on the softs. Gonna try and see if he goes for a move here. Don't know if he has it. He doesn't. Oh, Dilligaf locks up there. And Speed King, oh, but it looks like he may have cut the turn there. He might have to give that spot up. But Snipper Pig right now currently on the back of Dilligaf. He is right there, right on those softs. Dilligaf locks up going into the penultimate turn, final turn. So here we go, folks, final lap. White flag is out. Dilligaf comes down the front straight. Does Snipper Pig go for it? He does not. Going up the hill now. Does Snipper Pig, does he have a chance for Dilligaf here? No, he does not. Dilligaf holds. How much ERS does he have left? Dilligaf using almost all of his ERS. Snipper Pig still has plenty of ERS left. Does he pull any heroics into Sanctivo? No, he does not. He stays right there behind Dilligaf. Dilligaf trying to do anything he can, trying to pull up his best Daniel Ricciardo impression in this race. Snip through the tunnel, they go. Going down the hill. Does Snipper Pig have anything for him here? No, he does not, but he runs into the back of Dilligaf. Dilligaf gets a 3-second time penalty, but he might be able, because that was not his fault. That was not his fault, so he's going to appeal it. Wow, so he may have gotten a 3-second time penalty there, but Snipper Pig ran into the back of Dilligaf there. Coming down the final straight. Does Snipper Pig have anything for him? No! Dilligaf. Right now it says Snipper Pig is your Monaco Grand Prix winner, but Snipper Pig ran into the back of Dilligaf there, which caused him to cut the corner. I think we're going to have to give that win to Dilligaf there. Wow, controversial finish there. I don't really know who won, because right now we're going to say that Snipper Pig wins, but Snipper Pig runs into the back of Dilligaf, which caused him to cut the corner. That's not his fault. So Dilligaf is going to send that clip in, is going to have to appeal that to the stewards. But as it stands right now, it's saying that Snipper Pig has won the Monaco Grand Prix. So going to take a screenshot of the results, folks. But yeah, that's the only penalty he has, was from that corner cutting, but that wasn't his fault at all. That was not his fault, as Snipper Pig runs into the back of him, and that caused Dilligaf to cut the corner. So we're gonna have to weigh it out. I mean, even the steward, I just got confirmation from the lead steward who watched the end of that race. So Dilligaf is the winner of the Monaco GP. So Dilligaf has pulled out his first ever win here at the Monaco GP. Snipper Pig in second, Dreamsy in third, Hurricane in fourth, and Birdman in fifth, folks. So that is it, folks. That is the end of the Monaco Grand Prix. I want to thank you guys for watching this race. We will be back next week here at the Azerbaijan GP, as Ix and Jonathan will come back on the commentary channel, as they will be commentating next week's race. So please join us for next week's race here at the Azerbaijan GP. Ladies and gentlemen, Dilligaf is your Monaco Grand Prix winner.